Since 2018, I've heard rumblings that Georgia's property tax freeze might be done away with once and for all. The 299C property tax freeze benefit is where you lower the value of your property assessment and then lock it down for an additional 2 tax years. As it stands right now, if a property owner goes through Georgia's property tax appeal process and do the required steps, property owners will get this benefit. Keep in mind that although I frequently address homeowners and smaller landlords, property owners come in all stripes. Property owners can even be well-funded corporations that own huge commercial buildings. These types of property owners can afford to hire real estate experts, appraisers, and lawyers to handle their property tax appeals. Most of the current controversy I've read surrounds the 299C property tax freeze benefiting mega owners of mega commercial buildings. Other rumblings I've heard of getting rid of the 299C come from a variety of other sources, including employees or casual references made in online articles. But I've not yet seen anything solid that has reached my sphere of awareness that the 299C will be eliminated altogether. But I want to disclose I am not connected, nor do I closely follow Georgia politics, so it's entirely possible there are things going on I'm not aware of. Aside from appeals from mega owners of commercial buildings, there are a couple of other reasons behind these rumblings to get rid of Georgia's property tax freeze. First, there is a belief that property owners abuse the tax appeal system to get disproportionately lower property taxes. I saw a prominent person quoted in an article refer to this issue as a frivolous appeals. Second, there is a belief that property owners will be less incentivized to file tax appeals if the benefits of the 299C tax freeze is removed. Overall, the reasons to get rid of Georgia's property tax freeze is a combination of 3 factors. The first factor is political pressure. It goes without saying that the issue of taxes in its many forms, including property taxes, are political in nature. Over the years, I've encountered subtle biases in my own tax appeals where some people favor lowering my assessment values and those that have tried to keep my assessment values higher. I don't want to get into a discussion of Georgia politics, but suffice it to say, it does exist. The subtle politics of property tax appeals is different for every county and can even vary from one BOE hearing to another. The second factor is budgetary pressures. All counties need money from property taxes to support local government infrastructure and government services. In theory, this money is supposed to benefit residents and businesses. However, some counties are wealthier than others. Some counties have more infrastructure to support than others. And the pressure to increase revenues from property taxes to meet local government budgets is a real thing for many counties. Collecting property tax money always begins with property value assessments. Tax assessors in Georgia don't send out property bills for property owners to pay. That is the job of tax commissioners in each county. Every city and county official know that if they want more money for their government, one way is to put pressure on the tax assessor's office to increase assessed values. Some believe getting rid of the 299C will help accomplish this. The third factor is administrative pressures. This is where I spend most of my time as an observer, student, educator, and consultant of Georgia's property tax appeal process. Value assessments and property tax appeals are administrative processes. There is a lot of work and a lot of moving pieces for tax assessor offices to deal with to assess the value of tens or even hundreds of thousands of parcels. In this massive effort to assess tens or hundreds of thousands of parcels, there are numerous steps, procedures, and decisions that have to be made along the way. Every tax assessor's office in each county has different experiences, opinions, and reactions of what they are required to do. Opinions work their way up and down the food chain that affects a taxpayer's property tax appeal process. The last couple of years, I've dealt with one tax assessor's office where they intentionally made it much harder for property owners to lower their values and get the 299C tax freeze. A decision was made a couple years back to make taxpayers work for it. They wouldn't settle appeals with property owners and forced every appellate into a BOE hearing. It steamed me because BOE departments are thinly staffed, This had the unintended consequence of creating additional paperwork for everyone involved and backing up the entire system due to the seemingly endless numbers of BOE hearings that had to happen. It created a lot more work, delays, and unhappiness for their own staff and employees. It hurt their ability to close out their tax year because so many appeals were pending so deeply into the following tax year. In 2023, appeals collided and crashed into the 2024 tax appeals season. This was a self-inflicted wound made by this county. In turn, I was forced to learn how to play hardball and flip parts of the system against them. This is something I do cover in my book. Having been part of over 250 property tax appeals across 6 Georgia counties, I can tell you there are administrative differences in each jurisdiction. The big picture process is the same, but the smaller administrative details can be quite different. How properties are valued and how the property tax appeal process is administered is a topic of scrutiny and criticism. This one county has already used existing laws in unusual ways for property tax appeals to intentionally undermine, slow down, discourage, and sabotage property owners from lowering their assessed values and getting their 299C tax freeze. This isn't speculation. This is fact and something I've had to contend with the last couple of years. Because this unorthodox effort to sabotage property owners has already happened using current laws, there is a real possibility that the administrative process can legislatively be altered or modified in such a way to hurt property owners and force them to pay more property taxes. Like most of you, I'm a casual observer of Georgia politics and have no inside information. If the benefits of the 299C tax freeze is changed or eliminated, I will be forced to adjust like everyone else. However, I can assure you that if any changes were to occur, you can bet I will be reading the fine print and adjusting my strategies and tactics. Given this possibility, I ask that you hit that like button to help spread this cautionary video. Additionally, I think it would be helpful to your situation if you subscribe to this channel so that you can be informed of any changes as I get them. You can believe that if there's anything new that comes up that people need to know, I will be producing a video or several videos on the topic. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.